Hello, everyone, and thanks for coming out tonight. My name is Elle Baker. I'm with the Healthy Community Initiatives Department, and more specifically with Revere on the Move. We spearhead a lot of the healthy community initiatives throughout the city. I'm the neighborhood organizer, so I go out and I meet with different neighborhood groups, talk about what ideas they might have for making their community a healthier place to be through active living and healthy eating. My colleagues are Dimple Rana, who's the director of the department, and this year she's going to be spearheading the community garden located at the Revere High School. And just so everyone knows, we do have 4 open plots at the moment. And she is also bringing the farmers market back to the American Legion in July of 2018. Some other initiatives we have going on through our office are through Julie DeMoro. She's the active living coordinator, and she strives to improve and advocate for safe pedestrian and bike access travel throughout the city. So the bike lanes and things like that. She's also been working to coordinate the bike share program that we piloted in the fall, which we had a lot of, one of the highest rider usages for that company. So it was some interesting information. She's right now working to get city council approval for an ordinance for bikes that may be left around town. So some people have been calling in and maybe been concerned about seeing bikes in a place or in an inappropriate place or on sidewalks. So she's working to put through an ordinance so that we have a policy in place to be able to deal with that. So any abandoned bicycles, we should be able to move through that. She's also working on the 5K road race this year, and that will be coming through in the next month or two. We'll be announcing a date for that. Currently, some other things we're working on in our office is I'm working with the Metropolitan Area Planning Commission, Revere Parks and Recreation, as well as the Community Development Department on the Open Space and Recreation Plan. So the Open Space and Recreation Plan is what we use as a city to plan out what we're going to do for the next 7 years. We also use that as a documentation purpose to track everything that we have currently and what the accessibility is in those playgrounds and what we have to offer all of our residents. So what we've been doing with that is we've been trying to get as many people as we can to complete surveys. So we currently have received just over 300 surveys from residents across the city, and I encourage all of you to complete a survey. There's cards on the table in the back, and you can also find the survey on the city website, revere.org. And I encourage everybody here and everyone at home to fill out the survey and let us know what you think about our open space and recreation, if there are things you'd like to see, things that you want to have more of, any ideas you might have. This is really where it all starts. So would really love to have your input. So we'll be working through that and look on the horizon for a community forum in which we'll discuss all the information that we've obtained from the surveys, also from focus groups that we've been holding throughout the city, and also solicit some more feedback there before we have a final plan. Also, this plan is useful for applying for grants. So a lot of the state grant funding is not available to us if we don't have a valid open space and recreation plan. So this is another reason why it's a really important piece for us to have. So back onto playgrounds. So Mayor Rigo alluded to some good news about parks in this area. So the good news is we did apply for a grant for Gibson Park, and we were awarded that money by the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs. So that news is, I guess, somewhat breaking news. So we'll be looking forward to having some community planning groups for the design of that playground. We had some community planning groups last year. We talked through what the residents would like to see in that space, what improvements were required, and so we have a sort of a roadmap, if you will, but sort of getting more into the details, and those meetings will be coming up in February. We usually hold 3 pretty close together, 1, 2, 3, and 3 different, throughout the course of the month. We'll be picking out all the playground equipment and things like that. So I encourage anybody that lives in the area or that's done one or wants to be involved from anywhere in the city to come join us for those meetings. Kids are welcome. We'd love to have their input. So we'll make sure that we get that information out on the website as well as on Facebook. So stay tuned for that. The other park we'll be working on is Harmon Park in North Revere. So we received grant funding for that last year, and we'll be hoping to target that completion by June of this year. And Harmon Park, if we stay on target, we'll look to have that in the ground and open, ready to roll by September. Other things we have going on, a Project Switchbox, which is a citywide operation to solicit artists to come in and to pick a switch box and to display their artwork on it. So we did spearhead that starting towards the end of the summer last year, and we're looking to gather more applicants for the upcoming year and to really kick that off in the spring with the artists being able to get out and not be traipsing through the snow like everyone that's here tonight. So we'll be looking forward to that project. There's also a working group that's been meeting to implement a public art policy so that we can start to see a lot more public art throughout the city, including murals, which we have 2 sort of in the pipeline. They have been taking a while, but we're looking for a Sargent Street and for the Northern Strand Bike Trail. So by the end of the summer, we should have murals in both of those locations as well. And that's pretty much what we're working on in Healthy Community Initiatives. And I encourage all of you, if you have ideas, join us at a community meeting, because that's exactly how all of these projects started. It's from residents that live in the community. They want to see a mural, they want to see a dog park, they want to see a better playground, better walking trail. That's how all of this starts. So if you have ideas, I encourage all of you to join a community meeting, grab a friend, come out, and just share some time with us.